Welcome to World Action and Reaction News. Please press subscribe button and press bell icon if you are new to the channel. Let's start news snapshot. A letter from the French Defense Minister Florence Parly addressed to her Indian counterpart Nirmala Sitharaman on February 26 indicates that the French government was keen to announce that both countries are in talks for 36 more Rafale jets for the Indian Air Force. This was, however, not announced in the joint statement made by Prime Minister Narendra Modi and the visiting French President Emmanuel Macron in New Delhi today, and it's unclear at what stage the talks presently lie. In her letter to Ms. Sitharaman, Florence Parly wrote, as written by the President of the French Republic to the Prime Minister of India on October 25, 2017. We would like to initiate discussions on the proposal of providing an additional 36 aircraft to the Indian Air Force, with a very significant share of Make in India. Ms. Parly added, a message to this effect during the visit would be particularly appreciated. Reflecting a growing depth in defense ties, India and France today inked a strategic pact providing for the use of each other's military facilities, including opening naval bases to warships, an agreement that comes amid China's growing military expansionism in the Indo-Pacific region. Prime Minister Narendra Modi and French President Emmanuel Macron held wide-ranging deliberations during which they also decided to create an annual defense dialogue at the ministerial level to explore ways to further deepen defense and strategic ties. The two countries signed a pact on exchange and reciprocal protection of classified or protected information, which came in the backdrop of the Indian government refusing to divulge details of the multi-billion-dollar Indo-French Rafale fighter jet deal. On ties in the maritime security sphere, the French president said both the countries will have unprecedented level of cooperation to ensure peace and stability in the Indian Ocean and in Pacific. He said space agencies of both countries will have joint monitoring mechanism for developments in the maritime sphere, while navies of the two nations will share intelligence and call their respective military bases for any requirement. Separately, Defense Minister Nirmala Sitharaman and her French counterpart Florence Parly held talks during which detailed discussions on specific projects, including on the Scorpeni submarine program for the Indian Navy, was discussed. An Indian Coast Guard helicopter on a routine patrol crash-landed in Raigad district of Maharashtra this afternoon, injuring a woman pilot, the Navy said. All the 4 crew members of the Coast Guard in the chopper were rescued from the scene of the accident by the Navy and flown to Naval Hospital Asvini at Mumbai, a Navy officer said, without elaborating. A Chetak helicopter of the Indian Coast Guard, during a routine patrol off the coast south of Mumbai, crash-landed 6 nautical miles north of Murad near Alibag at 1448 hours today, the Western Naval Command said in a statement. The incident took place near Nandjiaon village in Murad area. One ICG woman pilot has suffered injuries and is being treated at the Naval Hospital in Mumbai, it added. The officer said the Navy launched 2 Chetak helicopters and a Seeking Sea chopper on a search and rescue mission and located the ICG helicopter. One ICG Chetak helicopter and an Air Force Mi-17 chopper were also part of the search operation, the officer said. Airbus has forecast that air passenger traffic in India will grow exponentially over the next 20 years, as fast as the world average, and the country will need 1,750 aircraft to meet this demand. The projections were made by top officials of the European plane maker at a media conference on the sidelines of the Wings India 2018. The biennial conference of civil aviation in Hyderabad on Friday. Joost van der Hegden, Vice President, Marketing, Asia and North America, said that India would need will include 1,320 single-aisle and 430 wide-bodied aircraft valued at $255 billion. By 2019-20, India will become the third largest aviation market in the world, he said. Airbus now holds the lion's share of the Indian market, with 60% of in-service fleet and 70% of the order backlog, he added. According to projections of Airbus, domestic air passenger traffic in India is expected to register an average annual growth rate of 8.1% over the next 20 years against the global average of 4.4%. Domestic Indian traffic is expected to grow 5.5 times over the next 20 years, reaching the same level as U.S. domestic traffic today, making it one of the fastest growing markets, Airbus India market forecast said. While much of the air traffic was expected to be driven by the fast expanding economy. Rising wealth and urbanization, ambitious government-backed regional connectivity programs are also set to enhance demand for air travel. By 2036, Indians will each make 4 times as many flights as today, Dehijdan said. The company also projected that on an average 1 Airbus aircraft will be delivered to India every week for the next 10 years. The country's only flying training organization, FTO, for helicopters has not been able to get recertification from Directorate General of Civil Aviation, DGCA. The Bengaluru-based HAL Rotary Wing Academy, the only FTO in India, which had applied for recertification has not met the regulator's civil aviation requirements, CAR, and, hence, has not been recertified. HAL Rotary Wing Academy has not been granted recertification because it did not meet 2 requirements mandated by the regulator. The first is the absence of a chief flying instructor and the second is the non-availability of 3 choppers at the academy. ISRO chairman and renowned scientist Sivan K. has been accorded a security cover of Central Paramilitary Commandos by the Center, officials said today. A Y+ category of CISF cover has been accorded to the chairman who is also designated as the Secretary, Space, in the Union government, an official said. The ISRO chief will have a team of about 3 to 5 armed commandos with him every time he travels to any part of the country, the official said, adding that the team has already taken charge. The chairman of the Indian Space Research Organisation, ISRO, is traditionally given this sort of a security cover and hence the same has been extended to Sivan after his appointment to the post in January, the official added. The security cover of the earlier ISRO chairman A.S. Kiran Kumar is also in place, the official said. Sivan was working as the director of Vikram Sarabhai Space Centre before he was appointed the ISRO chief. He has completed his PhD in aerospace engineering from IIT, Bombay. Sivan joined the ISRO in 1982 in PSLV project and has contributed immensely towards end-to-end mission planning, mission design, mission integration, and analysis. The Central Industrial Security Force, CISF, guards 72 VIPs at present, which includes senior functionaries like National Security Advisor, NSA, Ajit Doval. On March 6, details of the security deal between India and Seychelles government surfaced on internet, raising alarms in both the nations. The security breach revealed the original agreement of a proposed joint plan to build military infrastructure on the Assumption Island in the western Indian Ocean. While the Seychelles government launched an inquiry in this regard, so far no official statement has been released from the Indian side. Seychelles Vice President Vincent Meriton told the press that whoever shared the plans has breached the Secrecy Act and the Constitution. In January, both the governments signed a 20-year agreement which enables the construction of military infrastructures on the Assumption Island. This agreement is a revision to the one that was earlier signed in March 2015. Reportedly, both these agreements were made available by the leak supposedly by some Seychelles official. The leaked documents also contained the detailed project report commissioned by India revealing the site drawings of the airfield and other installations. Earlier, some groups of Seychellians raised concerns over the proposed project. In clarification, on March 6, Seychelles President Danny Faure told the National Assembly, "Assumption belongs to Seychelles and Seychellois. Land on Assumption has not been sold or leased to the Government of India." The Indian Air Force, IAF, successfully carried out a 3-day target simulation exercise over Bay of Bengal by air dropping homegrown sophisticated bombs, paving the way for their induction in the armed forces. Defense sources said 3 rounds of the indigenously developed bomb were dropped from a fighter aircraft of IAF on different conditions. While first test of the series was conducted at about 10 p.m. on Monday, the rest 2 consecutive tests were carried out on the next 2 days during afternoon. The tests of the guided weapons designed and developed by Defense Research and Development Organization, DRDO, was aimed at gauging the accuracy of target simulation and precision hit. The IAF fighter aircraft carrying the bombs took off from Kalikunda Air Base in West Bengal and dropped at perfect locations off Odisha coast as coordinated. The tests were highly successful in terms of finding locations and accuracy, said a defense official. The medium-range bombs, guided by its onboard navigation system, glided before hitting the target with great precision.